Hey, good morning and welcome. It's day 31 of my 31-day challenge. Day 31. Can you believe that? I cannot. This has been an amazing journey. 31 days. I've done all sorts of things, rants, I've done interviews. I've had a few technical disasters along the way. But it's been an amazing learning curve. I strongly recommend, if you're thinking about the idea of doing live streaming and you're finding it a bit nervous, just commit yourself to do a 31-day challenge. Go to the Facebook group, hashtag 31 days live. You'll see lots of people doing it. It's a fabulous way to build your confidence up. All the videos from this past 31 days and today's are all going to be on my YouTube channel. So you can find them there. Just look at Rikki Arundel on YouTube. You'll find me. It's not the end, because this has just been the starting process. So from now on, I'm going to have 2 weekly shows, eSpeaker Live, probably going to be running on a Monday, and Gender Speaker Live, which is probably going to be on a Friday. And because I booked 1 extra speaker, not expecting it, tomorrow is going to be the first Gender Speaker Live when I'm going to be talking to Rebecca Jones. But today, my guest is Galina Hartshorn. I'm trying to get us as well in there. So let me introduce Galina, who's here with me in my green room and now coming into the studio. There we are. Welcome, Galina, to my eSpeaker Live 31-day challenge, which has been absolutely great. You're not far from me, down in Nottingham, and so hopefully today we're going to have no technical challenges. But welcome, Galina. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning, Rikki. This is very nice to be here. Very kind of you to invite me. And congratulations with your challenge. Day 31. This is amazing. You did so well.
Well, I think you probably, you described yourself as an abundance coach. I saw that. I've looked at your Facebook page, and it's all about the art of abundance coaching. Tell me a little bit about what's abundance coaching.
That's right. So my company name is The Art of Abundance. It's the name of the company. I call myself a mind coach, mind and success coach, but it's all linked to abundance. I believe that all abundance is in our mind. We have everything. We got absolutely everything to live abundant life. And unfortunately, only about 10% of population understand it, how to use our mind to live a happy and successful and fulfilled life. So this is where I use all my beliefs through my life. I always believe that positive mental attitude, different view of life situation, that can lead you to the happy and successful life. So
I was looking at your Facebook page and everything else, and your LinkedIn profile. So you started off as a nurse. That was your background as a registered nurse?
Yes, it is. I am a registered nurse, and my background is medicine. I was back to Russia. I was a medical doctor and completed a PhD research.
All right.
Yes, and tuberculosis. So this was my background, and then I noticed how positivity affects people's recovery. So people who are poorly people with the positive mindset, they recover quicker rather than negative people. So it's all my life I studied how successful people think, studied success principles, learn a lot about positivity, read a lot of books, and attended different courses. And
but
recently,
you saw a clear difference in the recovery times of patients, depending upon their mindset.
Absolutely. Yes, with positive attitude, it's totally different recovery.
Were you able as a nurse to help people to become more positive about, because obviously sometimes, it's quite traumatic. People are dealing with a horrible illness that they can't see an end to. And I can understand how easily people can fall into despair and a negative attitude when they're not very well at all.
Yeah, this is so true. And two patients, for example, can recover from the same disease, and one will be happily waking up after the operation and feeling sort of happy that it's all happy and it's all gone. that there is a new life in front of him. And another patient with negative attitude, just think about how poor he is, what's happened to him, and just go to his negative mind state. And just eventually there is no good results.
So as a nurse, did you try to help people with a negative attitude to be more positive about their...
Absolutely. This is my role, actually. Because when we talk to negative people, it's no good to support their negativity because it goes deeper and deeper. Our role to take them out of this negativity, just to not support them in being, feeling pity about what's happened, just show different way of the problem or situation, just show how it can be different, because every situation can be looked at differently. And there is a very good quote, it's how you look at things and how the things look at you. So this is exactly what's happening. If you look from the positive side and see that can be good, something out of it, so it will.
So what what made you make the shift from nursing then to go into becoming a positivity coach, an abundance coach?
Oh, I'm still working as a nurse. I'm still working in the hospital. Yeah, this is all my life. I've been in medicine. I can't separate myself because this is me.
Yeah.
And just using, I found that I have a huge potential that I haven't been using yet. And I can use it not only with the poorly people, I can use this with healthy people, with people who just struggling to get their businesses to the higher level, just to maybe change their relationship or be healthier or be financially healthier. So this is where I can help. So by changing your mind, just changing your thinking, and you can change everything in your life. And this lead me to Bob Proctor's teaching.
So you actually went to America to Bob Proctor's. Of course, now, and let me explain for people that don't know. Bob Proctor is a professional speaker, probably one of the biggest proponents of the law of attraction, and he was involved in the video and the book and everything that came together of The Secret. That's about 10 years ago now, isn't it? So,
yes, that's right. Yes, in 2007. Yes, Bob Proctor became very much known through The Secret, the film that's made by Arundel in Australia. Yes, that's right. There's a lot of wonderful speakers, a wonderful specialists in the law of attraction were there, but somehow Bob Proctor attracted my attention, and I started to follow his video, watch the program, The Science of Getting Rich, and it's actually opened my eyes that by just changing your thinking, you can change a lot in your life. And it's absolutely brilliant to teach the same people.
So it was The Secret which inspired you to get in touch with Bob Proctor?
Yes, this is first time when I seen Bob Proctor, and then I looked at every character in The Secret, and Bob Proctor attracted my attention more than others. So this is probably why I started to follow Bob Proctor's teaching, and it's very such a simple explanation how the mind works, and it's absolutely brilliant when you apply all those teachings in your everyday life. Everything is changing.
Now, if anybody's interested, I happened to spot the other day that The Secret is now available on YouTube in complete, the complete video there. I think when it first came out, you actually had to pay for it, didn't you, to buy it? But it's
been available for free for a long time. Yes, and there is a book, The Secret, that people can read.
Yeah, I've got the book, and I think I've got the follow-up book, The Power, which are great books. And I'm also a big fan of Jack Canfield, who's obviously was also involved in The Secret. So I'm with you all the way on this. I've been very, very much a part of this.
This is brilliant.
Believing in these philosophies for a long, long time. Although even me, I think for all of us, there come times when things sometimes get, you hit problems and you can't see a way out. And I know when I changed gender, I was very, very positive at the beginning, and then I went through a period when things just weren't working. It was just so tough, trying to cope with the fact that nobody seemed to want to be prepared to take the risk of booking somebody who was transgender. Things are changing on that score, but I think it only is a positive attitude that can get you through. And this 31-day challenge has been part of that, because I was struggling for 3 years trying to put videos together and really having a horrible problem about how I looked on video. I didn't do this. And of course, when you're doing it live, you can actually see yourself while you're doing it. So it was even worse. And doing this for 31 days has eventually made me say, oh, come on, done is better than perfect. So let's just do this. People are not so concerned about how you look. They're basically interested in the content. If what I say is, if the content's good, then they're going to go with me. So I would strongly recommend to anyone, have a look at The Secret. It's obviously inspired Galina, and Bob Proctor's work is excellent, as is Jack Canfield and others, but you can find that all on YouTube. So how do you work with people then? Do you speak at conferences? Do you do one-to-one work, or a combination?
I do. I have every last Friday of the month. I hold the open seminars in Nottingham.
Okay.
So it's in Long Eaton in Nottingham. So everybody is invited. Everybody can attend our seminar. It's open event where I teach something, a little piece from big system that created by Bob Proctor and Sandra Gallagher called the Thinking Edge Results. And it is all involved about how to set and achieve the goal. There is a process how to set the goal. And a lot of people don't achieve their goals because they just don't know the process. They don't set the right goal. So it's very important to know how to set the goal.
Yeah.
Then we talk about the knowing and doing gap. So like you said, for 3 years, you knew how to do the videos, but you didn't do it.
No.
So if you knew how to close the knowing and doing gap, so you would do this probably for the shorter time, maybe months, not 3 years. You don't need to wait so long. So this is very important to understand how to close the knowing and doing gap, what's holding you back. And what's holding you back is our paradigm. This is our programming from the past, what we believe in. So if you believe you're not good enough, it can take 5 and 10 and 15 years to do the video. But when you change this paradigm, when you change this programming and start to believe that you're good enough, it's obviously your life will change in a shorter time.
I think the battle for me didn't come until I had to face the fact that I'd changed my gender. And I tackled that in a very positive way. But I think part of the problem, and I'm seeing this with other things as well, that if somebody can write, but has been told by their parents, by friends, by everybody else, if people joke about it, put you down, eventually you start to think, well, I'm really not good enough at this. And there are millions of people out there who are better than me. And I think that's the big challenge, isn't it? People have to overcome this sense of how can I possibly compare with Tony Robbins or Brian Tracy? How can I compare with Stephen King or Roald Dahl? Because these are the great people. And if we want to get into that area, we start to be intimidated almost by the success of these megastars and start thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. I can't do this.
This is absolutely so true. But the secret is that you don't need to compare yourself with those stars, because those stars, they started somehow, somewhere. And one day they were exactly like we all been. So Stephen
King had dozens and dozens of rejection slips. Nobody would accept his first book.
This is the persistence, absolutely. And you only compare yourself with yourself, who you were, say, 6 months ago, who you were 6 years ago, and you will see a great change. So when people start to realize that there is no competition, only competition you do in life is with yourself. You can't compare yourself with Tony Robbins or Jack Canfield. They started somehow. Tony Robbins wasn't popular many years ago, and he became suddenly. All of them. And
poor boy living in the back streets. Yeah, he was.
Yes,
he's told his story many times.
Absolutely. And if you heard the story of Bob Proctor as well, at 26, he wasn't popular. He was very negative, as he says, poor, unhealthy, and he didn't know where to go in life. So we all had this situation in life where we make a decision, okay, so I need to change something. And I have many, many stories from my clients, my students, and from my colleagues, coaches. It's amazing. I love success stories. It's absolutely amazing to hear how people's life change.
I think the important thing I'm trying to make sure people understand is that even when you're positive at one point in your life, it can change. And, you know, circumstances can change, health issues. I've known people very, very positive, suddenly hit by a bad health problem, and suddenly they become overwhelmed by negativity, even though they've been very positive before. And it's easy to drift into this and not realize it's happened. And the other thing I think happens then is once you become negative, you start to surround yourself with negative people and almost shun positive people because they almost make you feel so uncomfortable because, oh my God, you know, I can't be, it's a negativity is a horribly, it's almost like a virus, isn't it? It affects you and you infect other people with it.
It is, but this is what I teach, how to prevent all the problem.
Yeah.
Because it's depression is diagnosis is number one in the world now. But people don't know how to prevent it. It's not the treatment of depression, it's the prevention. And this is what I do. I prevent people from getting into depressive state, mind state. And everything starts from our mind. If you let yourself to be negative and think about negative things, unhappiness, unhealth, so this is what you bring into your life. This is the law of attraction. This is what you were talking about. But learning, studying how to cope with everything around us, how not to let negativity into your mind, this is the secret. This is the ability and this is my main thing that I teach people. How to attract into your life positive things, it's by being positive yourself. Mm-hmm. And there is a very good, well-known such a question. Just ask yourself, who are 5 people you're surrounded by? And you will see. If you can't even mention one positive person around you, you need to change the circle because it won't lead you to the health and success. But when you become more positive and start to read and learn and study, so you will notice that people around you are so positive. Their circle changing.
Yeah, well, certainly my track into live streaming and live video started about a year ago when somebody invited me to get involved in a project called Virtual Speaking Pros, and I'll put that up there just in case anybody's interested. Wendy Keir runs Virtual Speaking Pros, and it's quite literally a club for people who are interested in going online. The benefit I got from it was not so much, I mean, there are lots of videos, there's lots of training there, but it was actually mixing with a group of people, very positive and supportive, and finding myself in a group of people who are very positive and supportive about being online. And that's the huge benefit and value I've found from being effectively joining a mastermind group. And there are more people coming into it, and there are separate groups forming within it. And Wendy also runs summits to promote this. But out of that, last August, 25th of August, I became involved in Ladies Go Live, which was 40 women from all over the world meeting online to deliver a conference online. And that was one of the most empowering moments, days of my life, because I attended a conference without leaving my dining room. I was involved in presenting there, listening to keynotes, listening to panel discussions. And suddenly I realized, actually, this really can happen. We can actually create online what can be done offline, which brings me to thought, have you, you're running workshops at the moment in Nottingham, but obviously that's, people have got to come to Nottingham for that. Have you thought about the idea of being able to do these online as an online training workshop?
Yes, I do, because I'm an international coach. I have clients from all over the world. Right. I have clients from America, from South America, from Europe, from Russia, from Eastern Europe. So I do coaching online, and I run twice a month, first and the third Sunday of the month, I run the Success Club. The Success Club is my closed group on Facebook. Everybody can send me the link and I add them to the group. It's called the Success Club, where I post a lot of interesting information about the events, teachings, share the results of my students share the results and telling the world what's happening in their life after been working together. So this is, yes, twice a month, first and the third Sunday of the month at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. UK time. So we meet online.
PM or AM?
PM. PM. And I teach the chosen topic. I invite successful people. I invite different people from different parts of the world to speak. So you are very welcome as well, Rikki.
I would love to.
On Sunday. Yeah. Yes, I will add you to the group. You can see what's happening. Yes, I do. I started to do like you saying, like you doing yourself, started to be more visible online because I took visibility coaching recently. So I've studied how to be in front of the camera, how to speak. And yes, I'm a member of wonderful mastermind group of the people mixed. It's not just ladies and gentlemen there as well. We study how to record the videos. This was very interesting challenge. It was a 6 weeks course. And I still continue to be a member of this mastermind group. And as you mentioned, the importance of the mastermind, I have different mastermind. I have a group call with Bob Proctor as well, as a coach of Proctor & Gallagher Institute. I have a group call with Bob Proctor twice a month where we can ask Bob Proctor the questions. So this is very useful. If something I can't answer the question of my clients or something interesting situation come up, I can always ask the group. And amazing what's happening. So many brains together. So I have fantastic, sometimes like 15, 20, 35 answers to the same situation. So it's very, very helpful to be among people who live positive and happy to grow together.
I think mastermind groups is one of the great success areas for online work. Do you know what platform they use for the mastermind groups?
GoToWebinar. I use Zoom.
GoToWebinars. Okay. So for people, we've got GoToWebinar, and there's also I use Zoom.
I use Zoom. Yeah, the most of the time. Yes. Yeah.
Very good. I also use actually quite a nice product, Appear.in. What's nice about Appear.in is it's quite stable, and you don't need an extra piece of software on your computer. I work with people in the public sector, and they can't add software to their. And both Zoom and Appear.in also, so that you can run them and work from mobile apps. So I think all of this is a new world, because most of this technology, quite literally, has just suddenly arrived in the marketplace in the past 12 months. So all of the tools to be able to do what we're doing today are also very new. And there are more new products being developed all the time. So the Success Club, can anybody come along and join that, or is it just invitation to the Success Club?
It is closed group, but when people request to be added, I always approve the request. Okay, so...
yeah.
And the interesting thing, there is no negative people in this group. This is a great place to be.
That's a positive attitude to it. So, so if people want to contact you, I'll just put that back up again there. It's the Art of Abundance Coaching, and I've got it here.
Yeah, this is my page, and the Success Club.
This is the web page at facebook.com, Art of Abundant Life. And the link is in the chat. So if anybody wants to click on the link, that'll take them to directly to your page. Let's just finish off and finally just talk briefly about Global Woman Club, because I saw you'd spoken there, and I thought, what's Global Woman? So tell us a little bit about Global Woman Club, which seems to be a very positive and energized group.
Yes, this is an amazing club. So Global Women Club is developed, is founded by Mirella Sula. So she's the president, and her idea was to connect women from all over the world, women who are in business and maybe not in business yet, but who want to change their life. Women with different background, different nationalities, different ages. And we start to have some men even as well lately. The men are interested. So we get together once a month in London at Piccadilly in the Savini restaurant for breakfast. And there are the representatives of the club, the ambassadors, are in 10 different countries now. So there is a global women Holland, Sweden, in Albania, in France, in Chicago, and surprise, surprise, I'm going to be the ambassador of Nottingham, of the Global Women Club in November. So this is new.
So you're setting one up in Nottingham.
In Nottingham. Yes, part of the run in Nottingham. Yes, once a month as well. We will be meeting for breakfast. The venue will be confirmed, and yes, we get together. We will be having speakers, so every member will be able to speak and say about their businesses, about what they're looking for, ask for support, for help. So we support each other online as well, and it's a great place to be.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that, I thought, well, if it's a global network, there must be some presence within that. I mean, are there sort of taking place as online networking?
It is. For example, today, the Global Women Club is in Paris.
Right.
Today there is an event in Paris. Next weekend will be a Global Women Club in Amsterdam. So I think a couple of days ago was in Sweden, and we had the guest from Chicago. So this time in London, we had a couple from Chicago who was very interesting speakers.
But these are still physical venues where people have to reach. Are they using virtual speakers at all, or?
No, this is all physical. This take places in nice venues where people get together and network and share their coaching, their businesses.
I have a big passion at the moment because I one of the reasons I got involved in live streaming and started doing more work on this, I got a speaker request to speak at a conference in Hong Kong, but because their budgets were a little bit limited, they said, could you do this virtually? And I'd never done it before. And so as a result of them, because I didn't get my pricing right and I didn't get things, I just didn't get what I needed to do for this, I didn't get the job. And it really irritated me. I thought I could have probably got that if I'd actually understood a little bit more about what I was doing. And I think these are the things that we're looking at, because there's a huge saving. I was talking to somebody the other day about an organization of running a meeting. And it's not about paying, £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 for a speaker. It's the fact that it's costing £200 to £300 per head just to get staff to the meeting. The pure travel and accommodation costs. So if you've got a large organization of 1,000 people, you already know that your budget's going to be well over £250,000 just to get people to the meeting in the first place. By doing it virtually, you eliminate that cost straight away. So that must make sense for organizations, and particularly when you start moving into the non-profit sector, there isn't the money there at the moment. Philanthropy has global austerity, and I know that it's challenged. I heard a lot of people that say, "Could I come and speak at their non-profit organization? We can cover your expenses." But when I get told my expenses are going to be a couple of £100, they don't have the money for it. But I could do that quite easily. My challenge at the moment is that meeting planners don't know how to set things up to actually enable a speaker to come in virtually. So that's one of the big areas I'm interested to see happening. because you've had to fly somebody in from Chicago to your meeting, where you could probably get somebody from a global woman club speaking at the meeting every week, if you every month, if you had some of them speaking virtually.
True, but there are a lot of.
Sorry, we've got a Wi-Fi problem. Oops. Got a small technical problem there with. Try that again, because we missed that.
Okay, I said that among the global women club, there are a lot of interesting speakers, coaches, people. Every time I learn something from different businesses. It's amazing. We all have such a discount for each other, and we can just exchange the businesses. Anyway, this is so to grow with contact, to meet people.
Okay, well, thank you, Galina. We're having a few problems with signal here at the moment, which. But I think we're at we're past our 30 minutes. I like to try and keep this. Galina, it has been awesome talking to you. I think it's been really helpful. I'm sure everybody watching will have got quite a lot out of just listening to that. I hope some of them will come along and talk to you and get some access to your coaching. All sounds awesome. I look forward to doing something with the Success Club, because that really does sound great. Thank you very much for being with me. I'm going to take your screen now while I just finish. If you want to hang around, we'll have a quick chat after I close off. So thank you very much indeed, Galina. And so there we are.
All
That's
the best.
It's 31 days. Now we start the real work, because now it's going to be regular 2 weekly shows. I'm going to be coming in doing shows every 2 shows every week. That's I put 2 weekly shows. It's 2 shows per week. I should have made that much clearer. That wasn't very good English. So eSpeaker Live is going to be running. I think I'm planning at the moment that's going to be on a Monday, probably at about 1:30. Because I've got quite a lot of online stuff happens on a Monday, but that's a good day for that for me. And Gender Speaker Live tomorrow is going to be at 4:30 when I'm interviewing Rebecca Jones. But I think in the future it's probably going to be a little earlier than that, maybe 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I'm going to do a little bit of research, and my timings might drift around a little bit for the first few months while I just get the sense of what's the best time for people. But I know if I go too late on a Friday, we start getting network problems, because the whole of America is coming online and everybody in the UK has gone home. Internet. So we've got. I'm trying to find good times when we've got good web. So there we are. That's where we're going. Don't forget my group, eSpeaker Live. Go along and join me there. Just go to Facebook. Groups eSpeaker Live. Just type in eSpeaker Live and search on Facebook. It'll get you there. Come along, practice, have a go. We're more than happy to let you come in and do what you want to try. The whole goal of that group is just to help and encourage people to become more active in live streaming. So thank you very much for following me and supporting me. Check out anything here. It'll all be on my YouTube channel. We'll be there for probably forever. But it's been a fabulous 31 days. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for being here and supporting me. And I look forward to seeing you again on my weekly shows starting tomorrow. Take care.